And hello, and pretty busy, that technology out there. Everyone on the technology today is a little busy. Had to try to train myself to change and look over here at the camera. But anyway, I want to talk to you about something I've been speaking to my grandkids about, and they've actually started listening. And you got to remember, the mind still hears the words, even if they appear like they're not listening. They surely are. The mind still hears it. So when it comes time for that info, you got to get used to repeating yourself over and over again too. I mean, that it might aggravate some people, but it doesn't matter. It's the mind that hears it. And that is what's this. I'm telling you, this corner is like, and it doesn't matter where your location is of your home. When it's near a really, really busy highway, or even, and there is no space from this road, for sure. This is gonna stop. We should stop. It's probably gonna be out there too. I'm so sorry about that. Anyway, I wanted to share with you, and St. Patrick's Day, whatever. Hello. When you gotta, this is for everybody. When you're thinking and you're focusing your attention, and it matters where your attention is focused on. It matters so very much. Okay, now, when something has happened and it keeps happening, most of the time it's because you keep thinking about something in that category. Now, my grandson really got this morning, because he said something back to me, and I don't know if I remember it while I'm speaking to you. I'll definitely share it with you. And my grandson has had angels. I'm telling you, this boy's gone through things that, only God can protect you from, for sure. And car wrecks, I'm sure a lot of you can, empathize, for that, purpose and reason. I've even been in car wrecks where it felt like it was like a slideshow, like bam, bam, almost like the car skipped. It could have been worse, and it moved, and I didn't even, anyway. I was sitting at the light at one point in time. I don't even remember hitting the gas or the pedal. I don't remember hitting the pedals at all. It was almost like I was like a pinball between these cars. But anyway, it's quite interesting how it ended up. I had enough room to get out of there anyway before the real big wreck. Anyhow, it was now that I remember it. But what I'm saying is that when we put our attention to a certain matter, and especially when it does not serve us, and that it's been done and gone, no sense in thinking about it no more. Let it go, and let's start thinking about what good can come out of it, because there is a good in everything that we do. There's a good there. It just sometimes it's a little harder to see it. Sometimes we don't see it till later. I mean, that is a big truth right there. And if you agree, please comment down below and like agree or I'll see. I'll get your notification, and we can go at least notification live. Anyway, and I'll answer your questions as we're going along through this video. I mean, I have it set up like that. I'm figuring out more and more, so it's kind of cool. Please bear with me with some of it. I mean, maybe just listen to my voice or stuff like that. And as you can hear, I think I got bronchitis coming back. But anyway, and but it's where your attention is, and you have to change that frame from what you visioned Okay, once you become aware of your senses, like your taste, your touch, your feelings, when a certain word, when you hear a certain word, once you have your attention and your focus and you notice these things, and what's happening around you, you definitely you can take that experience and you can think and pray. It's essential for prayer, for conversation before bedtime. um, I couldn't not stress that hard enough, that it is very, very important that even if you don't bow down and get on your knees and say grace, or say a prayer or anything like that, when you get in bed, even after your prayers, you get in bed, just continue that conversation. Hey, hey. Uh-uh. Anyways, it's a very, very busy. I'm telling you what, I'm having sleeping problems and stuff like that. Definitely putting all my techniques into work, into progress this week, and getting a lot of I'm like little memories, like saying, oh yeah, you know what, I ought to, this really helped me, I ought to get it out there to you, but that's why even art, just and drawing and stuff like that's really good for children. It gets them to where they can think about positive things out of something that might be, and you can look at them in the face and the eye and tell that something's bothering them. Sometimes they're just not going to say anything. It is communication, but it also takes patience. You give patience, and then you give some skills for them to run through their heads, to get that focus off of what already happened or what has always happened. Like they keep saying, I always get bruised, and she's so focused on that when she's playing on the playground or anything like that, always getting hurt. She's so literally focused on, because she's hurt herself so many doggone times. That's all the brain is thinking about when she's doing things. So she's drawing that attention to that. Okay, and when we do that, we make it worse. We definitely make it worse. And but we also have to know we have our angels, above us, and God's watching us, and we need to go through these things to understand them so we can help other people. And that's one thing, and it is, even as an adult, it's your focus. It's your focus of what you, and when you do meditate, you go into alpha and beta state, which is your conscious and your subconscious state. Okay, it's just like sleeping. That's what I was saying about prayer before bedtime. It's very, very important, very essential. In my family, it was, and like I couldn't stress it more. If that was the last thing I ever had to say in this world, this would be it. To change your mind, renew your mind. That's the same thing. It's change your mind into thinking. I sure hope those notifications aren't coming up. But anyway, it's pretty busy today. Anyway. And I get super excited, especially when I start seeing my grandkids using it and helping them. And I always try to do a bonus at the end of these videos and tell you to stick with me. I got this bonus come up that even, kids, you can do this. When you start getting emotional and upset and stuff like that. Now, it's good to cry. When you cry, you always feel better and you always heal. And you use this, when you want to... when you've cried enough. Enough's enough, you're getting puffy, you can use this too. And every kid knows what a square is. And, you don't have to close your eyes. You can do this with your eyes open. You can just close your eyes when you're ready to do it or whatever. Just sit there and, every child knows a square. I hate this. This is so loud here. But anyway, I hope this turns out. Anyhow, insanely loud, and for an empath, and it's more like exercise, like I'm exercising my brain or exercising my body. Same thing with my abilities to help others and to communicate and be supportive, and I thank you for your, all your likes and shares and subscriptions. I still have like 70 more subscriptions I really need so that I can walk and travel and be live and have a lot more other capabilities. And I'm opening up a nonprofit organization for some courses, that I can do one-on-one courses with everybody. I love doing that. I love engaging and doing it with you. I mean, um, it's in numbers. It's in numbers that prayers are answered, or and it's our energy and our thoughts towards succeeding in the spot that we need help in. And when somebody else has already been through it, it kind of makes it easy for us. That I mean, the details might be not straight on target, but they're there. They're definitely there, and for sure, I gotta tell you, I get so excited when I start meeting new. I'm gonna have to make a little thing. I had a box to put on this, but anyway, like I said, it's where your attention goes. Right? Say that job interview didn't work out quite as much as you had in your mind the night before, which is really good to do that. It didn't work out exactly the way you wanted it. That's okay. Just use it as a lesson and say, okay, and imagine how you wanted it again, and or maybe find the good in it and imagine that and then go with it. And it's your attention, your focus. And, let the past be the past. Let it go. Notice the good in it. Just start noticing with your senses, what you smell, what you taste, what you feel at the moment. When you're thinking, oh, it get worse, and you're thinking about how worse it can get, and you get more and more and more upset and stuff like that, you're manifesting it. You have to stop that. Like immediately, just let whatever's already happened, let it be, and then just try to imagine it being the opposite. I know it's extremely hard, but you have support out there. I'm hearing. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go. Great day. Hello. I almost forgot it. So glad I remembered though. Box breathing. Even the children can, you know what a square looks like. Actually, you can see the little squares on my computer over there. Little squares. And there's always 4 points to a square. So you would breathe as if you're breathing in each corner of the boxes. So you would go. I'm going to go all the way out. That's usually what you do when you got a little bit of anxiety or you're trying to go to sleep. But anyway, it's very easy. Children, adults, you don't even have to close your eyes. Just breathing. Say you're doing the dishes and you're hearing the kids in the background and they're arguing. Test yourself with that. I'll do it again. As you can see, I feel like I'm coming up with something anyway. It's the weather. I mean, it's like cold, freezing cold here in St. Augustine, Florida. And oh my God. But anyway, it's a 4-syllable. Kids, come along with me. Doesn't matter whether it's just through your mouth. If you just breathe through your mouth. It's really easy, and it keeps you calm, and also where you can focus and you can actually, I mean, you can communicate with your mind and say things and pray for the kids to like stop on their own or or one of them to say something to the other because she's the one that doesn't say anything. She just does it so she doesn't have to hear the commotion of the other people. There's a lot of them that think, we all think that we can help somebody. And then sometimes we even say something like, oh, well, I figured you'd be proud that I knew this and you'd, come along with me, And then to the other person that's angry, it's like you think you're, well, okay, that does make sense, but you think you're better than me. It just depends on when you say it and stuff like that. And have patience before be slow to speak. And I'm always praying for that. I always need that. And I see the parts in my life where God gives that to me, definitely gives that to me, or someone in my life to help me strengthen. And just like I'm here trying to, doing a lot of communicating, with the mind, with my children, my grandchildren, and children at this point in time. But when our children and when we're mothers and our grandchildren, our family, I mean, we definitely have a connection. And just just like I tell everyone, there might be something out there and it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't matter what that feeling is, even if it doesn't belong. I mean, I pray for it. So, I may not know you or see you or know where you're at or what you're going through, but I'm praying for you. So anyway, I want to say everyone have a great, great day.